major spoilers for episode 4 of Daredevil, right? Is it episode 4? Is that right?
That's right.
Yep.
Six
We
Semper
see the
Tyrannis,
mask.
something like that.
We see the mask, the view from the trailers, actually. So he's got a little. You never find it if you go upstairs on the little fucking watchtower thing upstairs and open up the door. Like you'll never know that it's a story.
Yeah, why is his secret bat cave just like the janitor's shed at his apartment complex? I can't understand that one.
Nobody ever goes up there.
Yeah. It's like, bro, first of all, I knew that scene was written by AI because I was like, everybody who's ever been depressed knows that you can't hide anything on an apartment building. All right,
Nope.
You never worked at a bank before, dude? Come on, dude. Everybody knows they keep those doors locked, dude. Yeah. Stop poor shaming.
Anyway, we get another episode. No Daredevil. Sure looks like it's about to change, right? At the end of the episode, he's training. Like, I want your thoughts on this. One more, again. We've seen him once. The very beginning of the first episode.
Those reshoots were vital, weren't they? We've seen him once. I am getting a little taste. I guess careful what you wish for, pal, because I think it was only 2 short weeks ago, James, that I said, you know what? When Charlie Cox gets real old and is no longer wanting to do the Daredevil side of things, I would love to watch a courtroom procedural where he just gets to be a dope-ass lawyer. Well, you know what? Turns out I wasn't the only one who had that idea, because according to The Punisher, one of the main reasons he didn't sign on to the first version of this show is because it was a courtroom procedural that did not feature Daredevil very much. And it also kind of seems like they kept a lot of that stuff in, because we know that Foggy and the boys were brought back for episode 1 and maybe 2. Was Karen in episode 2, or is it just episode 1? I think
whatever episode she comes back for a second, right? Like,
yeah, we know they did some reshoot. We know they shook some things up for episodes 1 and 2. We know that much, but it seems like they just said, this sucks. Let's start it. Let's just do a better opening, and then the rest of it will play better. We're still going to do the whole, it's just Daredevil in the courtroom. But this, for me, James, was a big step backwards from the previous episode. Because the previous episode, we at least were in court. We were dealing with a murder case.
Something seemed to be going on, right?
What we have here is Daredevil getting bullied by a petty criminal who's it's not portrayed very well. I have some. Okay, so I'm going to have to check my notes here, James, to give you my thoughts on this one, because there's a lot of dumb stuff that happens in this, not the least of which being the very opening scene. They're putting Hector's wallet, keys, watch, and phone in an evidence bag. You mean to tell me this secret vigilante was roaming the streets with literally everything you would ever need to identify him?
Oh, I didn't even think of that.
In his fucking jean pockets, dude. Are you kidding me?
You are right. I didn't even think of that.
That was like the first 30 seconds. I was like, this is so dumb. What are we doing? But it was a very, very slow burn episode. But to me, I thought this defendant was a little dickish, and it made it hard for me to relate to this character and want to see anything good happen to him. I know that they try to explain it towards the end of the episode where he has his tirade about how the system is screwing him over.
Yeah.
And the last time they put him in jail, he just wants a treat, which is, it's like, okay, idiot, you didn't have to steal 5 giant boxes of karma. It's still not like your sob story doesn't track with any, and neither does
you got a rap sheet like
behaviors. You mock Daredevil for being blind 3. Like, I'm supposed to root for this guy at any
I
point?
didn't like that at all. Like, I don't know what they were trying to portray there, right? Like, I'm like, no, let him go to jail for 50 days. Fuck.
And it's such an easy and relatable thing. Like, they did world-class Olympic level gymnastic, James, to fuck this up, because it's such an easy thing to do to put a character in there and say, oh, this is someone who's poor, who was wrongfully arrested, or, is just being wrongfully treated. It's a very easy character to get. Yeah. You've already established that the cops are assholes. Like, this was a layup. All you had to do was not make him an obnoxious prick.
And he is an obnoxious fucking prick. He's fucking. It's that whole part of this episode is terrible.
Yeah, it was
like
really
I,
bad.
I thought the same way. I'm like, what are we supposed to cheer for this motherfucker?
Yeah,
he's gone to jail multiple times. The system's keeping him down. He literally makes fun of a blind man multiple times, like doubles and triples down on it.
Oh, hot
and we're supposed to be like, cool, so let's support him. Like really hope that guy.
I really hope our protagonist, who's dealing with the death of his friend and the breakup and all that, I really hope he can make it work for this petty criminal who also lied. Like it wasn't just that. He starts off, he lies to his lawyer 4 or 5 times. The one time that made me laugh but also pissed me off, it was a real seesaw operation, was when he brought up the scrolls. Because at first I was like,
oh yeah,
scrolls, but then I was like, you motherfucker, I thought we were doing away with
done with that.
Why did you bring this back up? I just watched Thunderbolt Ross be the president. I thought we were erasing this. Why did you bring up the scrolls again? God damn it. This dude's out here stealing caramel corn. I'm supposed to buy a sob story. I can only steal the biggest box in the Waha. I couldn't steal a Twinkie.
A treat
that fits in my damn pocket.
Shadow says, just keep your excitement flatline, expectations super low.
I love this. We're living in a time when very few things don't suck. Keep your find the good in the past when things were okay.
Sorry.
I've seen that meme. It's like a Blockbuster sign, and it says, "You don't miss us. You miss being young," or something like that. I was like, "Fuck you, Blockbuster." All right, you're right.
Moral of the story is that innocent people are also massive dickheads.
Yeah, and it was a choice. It certainly was a decision.
Very a choice, yeah.
And it felt like they tried to bring it home with his whole emotional rant about all the different things that he got arrested for. But it also, I didn't think it didn't do much to say like, oh, I was wrongfully arrested. He was just like, I got put in. He made valid, like the points he made were valid. But, the idea of, they're willing to pay more to imprison me than they are to feed me. Like, those are some very real points that a lot of people in present day would find relatable, which is why I thought it was so weird that you just kept smacking him in the face with a cold fish before you tried to win him over. Like, oh, here, idiot.
Yeah, I hope that guy goes to jail forever. Ever and ever. I hope he fails.
You just
I hope Matt Murdock fails.
He's as Mr. Leahy would say, he's a recidivist, Randy. He'll be back in the slammer in a month's time.
He's been in there like 25 times. Like he just stole a $2 boxes of caramel corn.
Yeah, he needed a snack, so he stole.
Yeah, he wanted a snack, so that like also like not my go-to snack.
Yeah, dude, just a shit leopard never changes its spots, Rand.
Yeah, just awful. And other parts of the episode I thought were a little better. He's definitely gonna fuck that DA lady, by the way. She got the hots for him, or whatever she was.
Yeah, dude.
Which can really complicate his new person living in his apartment. Girl lives there now. The psychiatrist lady lives at his apartment. Now it's gonna be real awkward.
Moved in.
I'm pretty sure that's the girl from one of the trailers before the season started, where there was a shower scene. It's gonna be bad. Bad Daredevil's coming out.
Oh no! You know what? Speaking of things that are bad, James, far be it for me. I apologize. I'm about to do like the SNL Tom Brady segment.
Oh boy!
How refreshing is it to watch the woman do the sexual harassment at work? Because I'm just saying, we're never rooting for. We're never like, oh man, that sassy paralegal dude was like, oh, are you Mrs. Wright? I'm looking for Mrs. Wright. Could that be you? I was like, dude, this is great. This is the equality I'm looking for. Yeah. All right. Let the lady in the office be the poon hound. All right. She's like, hey there, blindy. Right. I can't. She said something else too that was just like it was a real heavy innuendo.
There's some undertones there. They're talking about they're like flirting in French and shit.
Oh yeah, he talks about his heightened senses, and she's like something about. I'd
like to explore
that later.
Yeah, I'd like to explore that later. Yeah.
Damn, dude, yeah, you're going straight to HR.
Now there's no HR in the New York legal system.
Yes, Headbug, I do. I want more female sexual harassers in television.
Oh,
I
fuck.
want that
I was here for that.
diversity.
I really think just that whole plot line of that offender wrecked the whole episode. Otherwise, I think it's pretty decent.
I would agree with you there. Like
you get Creepy Magoo working for Fisk, getting tricked by the girl he's got the hots for, taking shots with her, and then makes it look bad. And you think he's just gonna kill the motherfucker. He doesn't. Not yet. I think he will. You get. I'm actually really enjoying the psychiatrist scenes between Wilson Fisk and his wife. I think it's a very interesting because she's a really good actor too. So those scenes are they're fun. A lot of friction there.
Yes, their scenes have been good, and we finally got the reveal with Adam. No, generally speaking,
that poor fucking sap is just locked away. Not dead. Didn't kill him.
Yeah,
I did not kill him.
There was a scene in the trailer of the two of them being Vanessa and Wilson sitting in front of the bloody painting. So at some point she makes it down to that weird torture chamber. At some point they have dinner together down there.
Yeah.
And so my question is sort of, will he have gotten rid of Adam by then, or will Vanessa have sort of snapped back into or snapped into a villain and it's like some weird cuck thing that they're doing?
That is coming where she's going to be the kingpin, right? While he's trying to run this mayor side. She was while he was gone. Like that's where this is heading, right?
Yeah, I can only imagine that's got to be what they're leading to. I mean, they're pointing towards it with some of the stuff with the infighting within the different families. You know, we saw those people get robbed and shot in the truck, and you know, we saw that guy
say he doesn't work for him. He works for her. I don't work for the mayor. Like that's absolutely where that's going.
I think so. And one of the, generally speaking about this episode, I thought that it left me really wishing it had been a different episode. When I watched it, I was like, I guess it wasn't the most fun I've had, mainly because of some of the stuff we've already talked about. But
yeah,
I did have the feeling that, you know, when this thing is all said and done, when we get through all the episodes, I'll probably understand what they're doing here a little better and have more appreciation for it, because you do get the sense, especially with the way the episode ends with Daredevil training and Wilson going down and having dinner with the Adam, that okay, they're built like the next episode things are really going to start to kick off. Right, that was the feeling I got by that ending, and it worked in the way that it frustrated me. I was like, that okay, great. I have to wait a week for the shit that I want to see. But some people would say that's the show doing a good job. Like that's them doing their job. They want you to come back next week. So if that means they got to slow it down and not do a lot of exciting stuff,
well, we've been slow for a
thing. It's stretching that rubber band.
Yeah, it's been slow for a while, and maybe we don't hate it as much as if that fucking one storyline doesn't exist, or he's just not a complete fucking degenerative asshole. Here's a good. Kang says her boyfriend is excited for Muse. We'll go there. Finally showing up more, and it's gonna be the Muse we thought it was gonna be. Like he's doing some fucking nasty shit down there.
Yeah, it's blood-based paint.
Yeah.
Don't you know?
It's that poor guy, just that poor rando got captured.
Yeah.
Just gets fucking gunk.
And that was the other thing that sort of, I would agree. I almost forgot about that. So
it's very quick. It's at the very end, right?
Yeah. It's at the very end. It's sort of like, it's almost like that post-credit scene of, okay, well, because that also reinforced the idea of, okay, shit's about to get real. Cause this is one of the main villains of this season, and we've barely had any interaction with him, and we've been teased with a few things. I think in the first episode, he
painted the Kingpin mural.
Yeah, he paints a Kingpin mural, the Triggered mural, and then the White Tiger mural. He also, I'm pretty damn sure if they didn't call it out specifically, but he was at Dr. Glenn's book signing. I'm pretty sure she's
fucking weird bastard
psychiatrist too. And then that could get real weird because he might take her hostage as part of this whole thing. So I thought that was a nice touch, especially considering that they didn't give us a lot. The fact that they did leave us a few Muse breadcrumbs, and then at the end we're like, oh, by the way, it's about time for this dude to be a part of this.
About time for the real villain to show up.
Helped with that, I thought.
Yeah.
Shadow disagrees.
The real curmudgeon is Shadow. We're excited for Muse, and we finally got the return of Bernthal's Punisher, Kev.
Ooh.
I don't know how you felt about him, but he fucking fills that role. He's great in that role.
He is great in that role, and I only recently had the realization that that's a voice he's putting on, because there are a few sentences where I'm like, that is Shane. That is Shane from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
And I can't unsee it. And it wasn't that long ago I saw some interview with him, and I'm like, oh, I thought that was just how he talked. It makes sense. If I played multiple roles, you'd be like, well, that guy sounds like Kev. Well, yeah, because that's my voice.
My fucking voice, asshole.
That's the voice he's putting on. I can't believe he's doing the Shane voice to be the Punisher. It blows my mind. But I think he has
fucked out of The Walking Dead, by the way. I'm just going to state that. That happened like 15 years ago. We're just going to put that on record.
Yeah, everybody got fucked out of that show. Yeah, it's why
I killed him way too early.
That's why it got so bad so quick. Should have just paid Frank Darabont, you idiots. Sorry. Back to what we were talking about. I think he has a good knack for this character. I'm really excited to talk to Lou about it, because the Punisher is one of his favorite comic book runs, one of his favorite comic book heroes.
Yeah.
So I would love to hear his take on it. I reached out to him. He hasn't watched it yet. So I encourage him to watch it.
Being a very busy,
busy right. It's like, it's almost like he's like a toddler or something. Like,
yeah,
bro, what do you mean? It's not like you got a 24-hour job over there. But from my Punisher experience, I think he's got the character down. Yeah. I love that little part where Daredevil's like, oh yeah, make yourself the victim, and he's like, I never said that pussy ass word, don't you go putting it in my mouth. Yeah. I was like, first of all, I graduated with 3 of these dudes from high school, but yes,
I loved it.
I loved it, man. And it was a very moving scene. That was the centerpiece of this whole episode, if you ask me. The fact that we're going back, I don't remember what season it was, so forgive me, but James, you may know, when Punisher hits Red, as he likes to call him, with the old Joker line of, you're only one bad day away from being me. And
that's exactly that
day. And, he says things like, you want my permission. You basically, you're coming here because you want to do the things that I do. And that's the real reason why you're here. And he couldn't say Foggy's name. I thought all of that stuff was great, James.
I thought their interaction. You spot on. Their interaction is probably my favorite part of the episode. The reunion with them, how he just calls him out on it, like says exactly what's going on. Say his name, asshole. And it's going to bring the Punisher back. I think what it does is it does bring Daredevil back. Like, he's training at the end of the episode, which also, you don't think the girl in his bed's just not going to wake up and be like, oh, wow, where is this motherfucker? He's been gone all night.
Dude, that I can almost always tell when a single dude is writing something, because get the fuck out of here. Come on, bros, help me out here.
Bed for 5 hours. My girlfriend's be like, where the fuck did you go?
Because if we could do that, we'd be playing PlayStation all night. We'd be like, hey, yep, and then just slide back in at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it was great. Yeah, women love when you do that. They love it when you just
disappear into the night.
Yep. Thanks, sport. I'll be out playing FIFA.
Headbug says it's just Headbug. Maybe your boyfriend's Daredevil.
Your boyfriend's a vigilante. I'm sorry to be the one to tell you about this.
Oh no, costume vigilante. Oh Jesus. Yeah, it is. That does make sense. But back, yeah. Yeah, but Bernthal's awesome. Punisher's awesome. I think it would be an overly solid episode had the fucking weird storyline with that stupid criminal that's just a complete fucking asshole. If they had not just botched that whole thing.
I'm looking out for an Angstum Levy. That's a crossover. Go watch our freaking Invincible review. I'm looking for this guy's gonna be a villain in season 4 of Daredevil Born Again. He's gonna be like, oh shit, it's the Cracker Jack guy. He's really fed up at how corrupt this
the caramel corn guy. Gosh, good Lord. Any final thoughts on it, Kev, before we wrap up and get out of here?
I will keep on watching. We've got another episode.
We'll watch.
We will watch. I'm not off the train yet. Okay. Yeah. It's
just one
I'm
weird.
I'm just disappointed.
Yeah. Shout out everybody who's been here this whole time.